Alright guys, Christmas Eve. Going to give you an update on the 80 Regal project real quick and talk about subscribers and channel setup, my YouTube channel setup. So we'll start here with the car. I don't know if you noticed that or not. The car's setting level. I just installed some Global West 1-inch coil spring spacers in the rear. I mentioned this in a video the other day when I had the bumper and the hood on it before I measured everything. 15/16 of an inch lower in the rear, so I put 1-inch blocks back there. Now it's level. I like it, which is kind of funny because all the cars I build are lowered with big wheels, so this one is the exception. Anyway, with the white letter tires and the Grand National stock wheels, to me it just needed to be more level. Anyway, still on the road for primer, and we'll be getting there pretty soon. I am really far along. I worked all day yesterday until about 9:30 last night. And then I got hungry. Decided I better go eat before I pass out in the garage. So anyway, I'll run you through this side here. There's a patch panel's done right there. Looks fantastic. Turned out awesome. It is going to take a very, very light skim coat of filler on that to repair it. Have a little spot right here I have to go in and finish grinding. I had to add a little row of welds right here. But other than that, it's pretty much finished and ready for filler. If you don't remember, which is, if you've been following the build on this car, there's no way to not remember that. This was the worst part of the car. And anyway, that's all done now. Anyway, that is just finished out and turned out fantastic, and I absolutely love it. And this is how I do my metal work. And this is, I get lots of questions about how my metal work, how do I get it to turn out like that? And it's just, you have to slow down. You got to slow your roll when you're doing it. I actually, in case you don't know, I have to go in 2 weeks and repair a professional guy's metalwork job that he fried the metal doing the grinding on. I started my own business a few months ago. It's called Old Car Resurrection. I'm a mobile vintage car repair service, meaning I come to you. I do metal work, panel fitment stuff, and mechanical work on old cars, around 1990 and older vehicles. This way I don't have to have a shop. I don't have to pay for insurance on a shop and stuff like that. I'll just go to your place. Anyway, I have to go repair this guy's metalwork that he did because he used one of these to grind his welds. If you're working on sheet metal and you built a patch or putting quarters on or rockers or whatever and you got it all welded up, don't use one of these on sheet metal. If you want to warp it to hell and fill it with about a half a gallon of body filler, then go ahead and use one of these, because that's what they're good for. This is for big shit. This is for like plate steel and stuff or chassis work. You don't use that on sheet metal. Especially when you get out here in an open area where you got no support, you'll watch that panel sink from the heat of that flap wheel. If you've used a flap wheel, how many times have you seen the metal turn blue while you're grinding? That's why you don't use those on sheet metal. So anyway, that's my biggest thing. I see a lot of guys that do sheet metal is they use a flap wheel. You gotta slow down, man. Don't use a flap wheel at all. Those are for big shit. So anyway, I run you back through the car. I gotta switch hands real quick. My hand's already falling asleep. Need one of them selfie sticks or something. So anyway, I got all the trim holes welded on this side. It's all ground. I got the body filler smeared on there. I got the patch panel in the back there. It ended up being about the size of a quarter, which I actually cut out into a triangle and put that in there. So the quarter's done. I got the filler on it. I showed these the other day. Corners. I've got the piece made for this side, which looks kind of odd, but that's pretty much how it'll go in there. And then down here at the front of the wheel well, there's a rust hole that I never knew was there until I started sanding the paint. So I had to build a patch. And 78 to 80 cars suck around the wheel well because they have a little bead. It's like a double step in the wheel opening. So I had to duplicate that on a bead roller, so that sucked. But I got it done. So I got that. It's already pre-fit and everything. It's ready to be welded in. I am just about out of big gas, so I'm going to have to get that filled. And then I can finish all that. So I have to finish the corners of the hood the 2/4 window corner pieces and that lower patch, and then the metalwork's done. So then it's all strictly bodywork after that. Anyway, this was the roughest side of the car, so I'm glad I've done it first. Let's see. Okay, so now I'll touch on, let me see, I gotta sit down here. Let me touch on my subscribers. I noticed this morning I had 286 subscribers on my channel. Had no idea, it crept up on me. I've got notifications turned off and I've got comments disabled. So I don't know, if anybody replied or, which they can't because comments are disabled, but like on my older videos. And there's a reason for it. I've been asked several times. The reason is if all that comments are enabled and all that, there's going to be people asking questions and stuff like that, and that's just time away from me working on my cars. In case you haven't figured out, I am not a lazy guy. I am out here working on my cars or customers' cars all the time. Very rarely do I go set my ass on the couch and watch TV. I do watch TV, but not for a long time. Anyway, so that's the main reason comments are disabled, is because I'd rather spend the time out here working on a car. A lot of people take that YouTube shit way serious. Like the video has to be just right, your speech has to be just right, and I don't know how to edit videos, and sometimes I get tongue-tied and I don't care. All my stuff is one-take wonders, man. You did miss a good video about 2 weeks ago. While I was doing a video, I was walking backwards and I stepped on my air hose and it rolled, and down I went, and the phone actually spun across the floor. So that would have been a good video other than me not knowing how to edit out the F-bombs that were in there, because it hurt. It hurt pretty bad. It still hurts, actually. Anyway, so don't think I'm an asshole because I have comments disabled, and I can't interact. I can't take the time out. I love working on cars. That is my passion. There's nothing else I'd rather do. So, working on customer cars, and I come home and work on my stuff. And I stay busy. I do. And I would say it's 24/7 because when I go to sleep at night, I dream about working on cars. So it's like I don't get a break, you know what I mean? But anyway, so I'm not even going to put a time on when I'm going to get primer on this car because I don't have a clue. This was supposed to be a 3-day primer job because I was just going to kind of just primer it and call it a day. And I never can do it. I just never can cut a whole bunch of corners like that. This way I cut a little bit of corners. Like normally, I almost all the time take the car to bare metal and then I wipe the entire panels with filler and then go back and block them. It's just easier. But I don't have the time and I don't have the money right now, so I'm just going to kind of fix the big stuff and just put some primer on it. I'm going to drive it. I'm going to start using this vehicle regularly, daily driver type of stuff, and it's mainly for my business. But it's also because my old truck, the cam lobes are flat, it's ticking like crazy and it smokes like crazy, uses oil. But anyway, I'm eventually going to do the engine in the truck, but right now I've got all this, this car sitting here with a new motor and new tires and brakes and all that stuff, so I'm going to get some use out of it. So anyway, guys, I'm going to get back at it, and it's probably too late now, but maybe Monday or Tuesday. Joe Keaton, if you're watching this video, why don't you come over and help me do some body work? I can pay you in Skittles. Actually, I'll pay you in them Sour Patch Exploders or whatever that is you got me turned on to. Man, them things are good. As a matter of fact, I think I'll go to the store and get those. Hang on, I'll be right back.